Require any help?
You ever watch an anime that feels like it's gaslighting you? Like, hey, here's a beautiful AI singer, flawless animation, deep themes about humanity. But also, here's a robot that does WWE finishing moves on your emotional stability. Yeah, that's Vivy, Fluorite Eye's song. And listen, I'm gonna be honest, this show tricked me. It looked like a wholesome idol anime where a cute AI sings in a sparkly dress. And then, boom, it's Terminator, but prettier. It's Detroit Become Human if it was actually written by someone who's seen sunlight. It's the only anime that makes you cry over a robot. You've got Diva, aka Vivy, an AI idol whose entire mission is to make people happy with her singing. Cute, right? That's literally her job description. Meanwhile, humans 100 years later are getting folded like laundry by rogue AIs. So some random time-traveling USB stick named Matsumoto pops into her life and says, yo, forget singing, you're actually the chosen one. Save humanity by altering the timeline. So Vivy is like, wait, what? My job is to sing. And Matsumoto basically goes, nah, bitch, your job is to become the AI version of John Wick. And off they go on a 100-year time-hopping assassination tour. Every arc is like new timeline, new characters, new tragedy. It's speed dating, but instead of finding love, you find war crimes.
And let's just talk about how wild the tonal whiplash is. 1 second, it's a wholesome concert with sparkling lights and little girls clapping. 2 minutes later, someone's head is getting brained by a flying robot. And the soundtrack sounds like Beethoven resurrected just to scream. Now, credit where credit's due. Holy hell, the animation. Which studio went pharaoh with this one? Like, they didn't just animate fight scenes, they painted trauma in 60 frames per second. The choreography is stupid good. Robots doing parkour, laser beams flying like it's Tron on Adderall, all while Vivy's still trying to remember she's supposed to be a pop idol. Every fight scene looks like a movie, and then you remember, oh right, this is a 13-episode anime. Meanwhile, other studios are still animating fights like stick figure, jiggles, JPEG, sword. This is art. It's crisp, it's cinematic, and honestly, it might be the best-looking anime you didn't watch because you were too busy coping with Demon Slayer spoilers.
But let's not act like good animation excuses everything. Vivy sometimes acts like it's smarter than it is. Like, you're telling me this singing robot suddenly becomes Jason Bourne because a talking cube said so? And speaking of, Matsumoto, the smug robot cube, bro, this man is the most annoying time-traveling AI companion ever. He's like if Claptrap from Borderlands snorted ketamine and got a PhD in quantum mechanics. He's constantly nagging Vivy, like, no, don't sing, murder that guy instead. Imagine being a singer and your manager says, forget the stage, assassinate this politician. That's Vivy's career path.
But here's the thing. Beneath all the chaos, the show is actually trying to ask deep questions. What does it mean for an AI to have a soul? Can an AI create art, or is it just mimicry? Does singing count as purpose, or do you need saving humanity stapled onto your resume? And Vivy's arc is basically an identity crisis on steroids. She starts as an idol with stage fright, then slowly becomes this Terminator assassin hybrid, but she still cares about singing. It's like the anime version of a midlife crisis. Instead of buying a sports car, she just dismantles terrorist robots while humming ballads. Now, my biggest gripe? The pacing. Holy God, the pacing. Every arc is like introduce characters, make you care about them, and then, oops, they die. Timeline resets, new arc, new trauma. Rinse, repeat, destroy your soul. Like, I get it. Tragedy is powerful. But at some point, you're like, can Vivy catch a break? Can I catch a break? Stop handing me side characters like they're emotional grenades because I don't want to get attached just to watch them explode. But then again, maybe that's the point. Maybe the tragedy is what makes Vivy's story hit harder. She's an AI. She's not supposed to feel, but every loss, every death, it weighs on her. And by the halfway point, you realize, oh shit, she's not just singing anymore. She's living.
And that's when Vivy Fluorite song stops being idle anime with lasers and starts being something kind of beautiful.
Now, the finale. This is where opinions split. On one hand, it's visually insane. The fight choreography, the collapsing AI apocalypse, Vivy standing on the edge of a destroyed world, it's cinematic perfection. On the other hand, the writing takes some shortcuts. Like Vivy suddenly writing her own song as the ultimate salvation for humanity. Okay, calm down, Disney. That's like solving climate change with a slam poetry open mic. And yet, it kind of works. Because thematically, Vivy's entire journey is about finding her own voice. Literally. The apocalypse isn't stopped by brute force or time travel cube calculus, but by Vivy singing. Not someone else's pre-programmed notes, but her own.
So, what's the takeaway? Vivy Fluorite's song is not really about time travel or robots or even saving humanity. It's about the anxiety of purpose. It's about being told you're supposed to be one thing, an idol, an entertainer, a machine, and realizing you want to be something else. It's a tragedy disguised as an action anime, a concert wrapped around an existential crisis. And despite all its flaws, some pacing issues, a few convenient plot hacks, it lands. It hits you in the gut, then hands you a tissue, then smacks you again just in case you forgot to cry.
So here is my final diagnosis. Vivy Fluorite's song is a dial the fuck in anime. You can't brain off this one. If you're scrolling on your phone during episodes, you're gonna miss the whole damn point. This is an anime you actually gotta sit with, let it emotionally bruise you, and then wonder why you just ugly cried over a holographic pop star. Rating? Solid 8.7 out of 10. Would recommend if you want to feel both inspired and emotionally waterboarded.
Anyway, that's Vivy, Fluorite's song. It made me cry, it made me laugh, it made me realize I should probably see a therapist instead of screaming into Premiere Pro at 3 a.m. Meanwhile, Vivy's over here discovering the meaning of humanity through song, and I'm debating whether eating cold pizza 3 days in a row counts as a character arc. But here's the real question. If you had to sing one song to stop the apocalypse, what would it be? Imagine robots tearing down cities, and humanity's last hope is you screaming all-star at full volume. Do we even deserve saving at that point? Drop your answer in the comments. Just don't say Baby Shark or I'm deleting this channel and becoming a mukbang streamer. So yeah, subscribe, comment, roast me, whatever. These videos are basically brain-off therapy. Free, unlicensed therapy where I yell about anime and you yell back in the comments. And honestly, that's the perfect symphony.